Alright, let the communist madness set in. Haha! As you can see, this place is very rushed, and what with the snow and the onion domes. I actually already did have this recorded, but due to, for whatever reason, my computer decides to set a size limit of 1 gig on video recording. So I lost kind of the last level, and then I decided, you know, Dr. Cossack's castle is kind of a place you want to experience all at once. So I'm going to be posting the videos for all these levels at once. Anyway, snow slows you down. I expect this has some, like, resemblance to reality. I wouldn't know, though. As I've mentioned, I'm from Florida. Also, Slinkies. Slinkies are a really creative idea for an enemy. And, I used to break Slinkies when I was little. I don't quite know how you break a Slinky. The little rings used to get all bent up and stuff. It was just a mess. Also, since we're in Russia, we have Christmas trees in the background. That's how you know it's Russia, Christmas. Rather than deal with these guys the hard way, I'm just gonna let it rain. Shouldn't that actually be snow, though? I feel like something is wrong here, and I must complain. This music is really enjoyable, too, and once again, the Anniversary Collection mix is really, really good. So, as usual in the... and the, castle stages, we have elements combined from all the different Robot Master levels. The trick with ice in video games, for those who don't know, is to jump whenever you want to stop, because that stops you from sliding. This may work in real life, too. Go for it, if you really want to try it. Man, you miss out on a lot by being from Florida. Such as snow and blizzards. Maybe there's some down here. Oh, that's just mean. I always thought that if I made a Super Mario World hack, I would use the best bait you could possibly use for anyone who plays that sort of game enough to be playing a Mario hack in the first place. Namely, points or a power-up or something that's entirely useless, but we still chase after it anyway. And you can extrapolate that to a deep, personal, philosophical thing on life if you want. And now it's snowing up here. This is just pleasant. This is kind of similar to Dr. Wily's Stage 1 from Mega Man 2. Here, kind of has that same format too, and you could be cheap and just balloon or even rush jet through it. But here's how you're technically supposed to do it. Getting this energy would be a lot bigger of a deal later on in the castle. But, anything that helps. You want to wait till those guys are as far up as you can, because they'll give you a hug, and that's not the kind of hug you want. Spikes generally make for bad huggers, as I have found through many, many personal experiences. Whee! Right. So this guy, we've seen him a few times. And we are already at the boss. Pretty short level. I believe this boss's weakness is the ring boomerang. Now, to give you an idea of how screwed up Russia is, this is exactly what all butterflies look like in Russia. They double as drillers, or something like that. I don't know. I'm not a communist. I don't understand how their minds work. And I mean, if American propaganda and George W. Bush are to be believed, communists can't think to begin with. Oh, how am I missing? Speaking of not being able to think. There we go, finally. So that takes care of that. One thing to note about castle levels in general in the Mega Man series is that your weapons don't get refilled between levels like they do with the Robot Masters, so you have to be a lot more careful about conserving energy, which can be a pain in the butt. Also, the password that got us here, the one you get after Drill Man's level, you cannot get a better password than that. Like, you can't use a password to skip to anywhere in Dr. Cossack's castle. We'll go left. Why not? Oh, ow. Oh, pain. Rush, you weren't supposed to fall down the ladder. Silly doggies. Oh, man. Well, that's embarrassing. This just is not a golden talk-through part here. Nor is that a golden sentence structure. Oh, that's cute. Little skull cars. I imagine that's what Dr. Wily played with when he was little. Racing them around... Oh, woo, that was close. Racing them around spike tracks. I need to stop making quasi-witty statements and concentrate more on not dying. That would be clever. So yeah, Rush Jet in this game, you can control his altitude, and you can control his speed. If you hold back, he'll go slower. But that's it. If I were you, I would pick up like every other power-up capsule there, just in case you die in the later parts, because it would be a pain in the butt to walk across those spikes, mostly because you can't. These spikes aren't fatal though, which is good, but it's a fun take on the old disappearing blocks puzzle in Mega Man series. Ooh, thought I wasn't gonna make that. Sorry, this takes some timing, some concentration. Oh, goody, extra life. I only have 2 lives and no energy tanks because I had to start from a password to get here. That'll be me making spontaneous changes of plans. Don't need it. Not yet, anyway. You would know that the second I turn around to take the other one down, that one comes at me. That's just how they work in Russia. Although in Soviet Russia, you chase back. You know, I had to make a Soviet Russia joke at some point, and I could have picked a much better one to make. Sorry, if I'm quiet for any, like, long period of time, it's just because I really dig the music here. Oh. Well, that was a wasted power-up. In the later Mega Man games, starting with 6, you can get this item called the Energy Balancer, which allows you to not have to switch weapons whenever you get an energy capsule. It'll just automatically power up your lowest energied weapon. And that was one of the greatest innovations in the entire series. Alright, you can... Oh, okay. I guess that wasn't gonna work. Oh. After all that waiting, that's not cool at all. Let's see, he wants to come up here. There we go. Now see, that wasn't so hard. Not quite as hard as making the simple jump through the platforms. There we go, finally. Use drill bomb to knock out that wall up there. And you can try to use balloon adapter, but if you end up just tossing it on the floor, it's not going to do you any good. One thing I really like about the drill bombs is that they don't use nearly as much energy as crash bombs do, so you can use them a little bit more freely. I think we should be at the boss, yep. Oh, that's just so tempting. Alright, I'm gonna give it 1 or 2 shots of the right way, and then I'll just wire up to it if I can't get it before then. Oh, started too late. Oh. Alright, we'll do a semi-cheap way. There we go. This guy, I believe, is weak to Dust Crusher. Like I said, for what it is, Dust Crusher is a surprisingly useful weapon.